everyone. Hello, everyone. The topic that I'm going to discuss today is educational goal setting. Now, might have a lot of goals. For example, getting promotion in your job or open your own business, and you can do that pretty much at any time. But educational goals are very different. Why educational goals are very different? The reason is that they are not the educational opportunities are not readily available at all times. For example, if you want to do an MBA, then it's possible for you to take admission in a business school or a university just once or twice in the whole year. So if you do not take action in those days, then it can be very difficult. So educational goals cannot be very short term. Now you must understand another thing, and that is if you have educational goals, then please set them for 3 years. For example, if in your country an MBA course is 2 years, and right now, for example, it's May and you cannot get admission before September, then you should set a goal for like from September. It will take 2 years, so it should be a part of your 3-year plan, not your 1-year plan. Some goals can be pretty taxing. For example, you're an agriculture graduate, but you haven't done a master's degree, but you want to do a PhD degree. In that case, it won't be possible for you to immediately do it. So first of all, do not set the goal. Just get the opportunity or the required scholarship or get the required funding. After that, set the goal. Moreover, if you are in a country where there's a semester system or trimester system, like education, your degree is divided into 6 months, 1-year profs or so you should have some extra time. For example, if you're unable to do your MBA in 2 years, then you should be able to clear it within the next 6 months. For example, you might fail a subject, or your project may not be granted, or you might get sick. So educational goals should be flexible. Number one. Number two, as I said, first take the admission and after that go for it. For example, you want to do an MBA and you need a GMAT, then your first short-term educational goal should be GMAT. If you require an IELTS or TOEFL, then you do your IELTS and TOEFL. And you can do them, take an attempt pretty much at any time. So that's not a problem. Another thing about educational goal setting is that many people will tell you should do just one study at one time. Sorry, you can do more than that. Like, for example, if you need a language course, you want to learn French language and also want to do your engineering, both of them are pretty much possible, because if the university or college where you're studying gets closed for 3 to 4 months because of summer vacations or winter vacations, you can actually get ample time to learn a language. Moreover, your short-term goals can be learn a programming language. For example, you want to learn an AI tool, but if you really want to learn the whole AI system and how does it work, and you want to know, and you can actually want to operate it, then it might take years. So first of all, it should be realistic, and as I said, they should be medium-term goals. Now there is another category of people who want to do a lot of things. For example, I met a teacher who wanted to do masters in history as well as geography, but she was not getting enough time. Then I suggested that if she's good at history or geography, one of them, then she should try that she should go for it. She should buy a two-year program at a university, at a local university. But she can do the same another master's at the same time if he applies at another university, and that is providing online education to her, or in the evening hours. So that was like then she told me that she has completed both of them, and she was pretty happy with it. Another thing is that sometimes when you are setting the goal, you should know whether you want to do it or not, because everybody wants to be more educated, right? Like the people I meet, about 7 out of 10 people say that they want to improve their qualification at that particular point in time, but very few of them actually take action. And the reason, after years of conversation with people and giving them advice, the reason I found is that they actually didn't need that qualification. For example, I know a professor, and he wanted to do an extra master's degree in philosophy. So he didn't do it. I asked him the reason. He said, well, it has no effect on my employment status or my regular teaching practice. So first of all, you should understand whether you need it or not. The last but not the least is always go to a university where industry professionals are teaching, or a university that has something to do with real life, or the university or a college which is reputed and its graduates are working for local nationals or multinational companies. So these are, now how would we practically do it? For example, you write your goal number 1, GMAT. Goal number 2 is IELTS. Goal number 3 is MBA. Goal number 4 is Spanish language. Then you should first go for your IELTS, then your GMAT, and then if there are a few days remaining, then you can take a 1-hour class in the evening for Spanish language. Spanish language, you can pretty much do it within a year or so as an extra thing, but it will affect your grades in your MBA. You must understand that. Moreover, if you should, before you go for any kind of educational goals, first check your IQ. And IQ, there are some tests which are available on internet. So there are some, but I recommend the Mensa test. So if you go for a Mensa test and you get a very high score in it, there's a great likelihood that you will be able to do great in your education and your goals. I'm telling you all this not from any book or stuff. It's my personal experience. I've done first masters in economics, then masters in English linguistics and literature. That was pretty taxing. That was a double masters. And then I did my MBA. After MBA, I did learned my French, German, and Turkish language. After learning those 3 languages, I've done 18 courses, and I'm a very humble man. I'm not very special. I don't call myself super intelligent, but all this was possible by some real action. Like, it was difficult. I remember those days when I was a full-time student. It was very difficult for me. So, but you need to designate some time. For example, you want to do an MBA with a job, then it should be a weekend course or an evening course. If you're somebody sitting in a village of Italy or Germany, then first you should move to the city where those, or the locations where those colleges and universities are located. Only after that you should set your goals, right? I wish you best of luck, and I pray for everybody who wants success in education. Do get more education, because it helps you understand more. And I wish you best of luck. Please, in the comment section, please write down the name of your country or your city where you're watching my video. Thank you. Have a nice day.